Hi there, I'm professional psychic Karen Marie, and this is Psyched Up for Sunday, January 30th, 2022. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for those of you who watch me every week and tell me about it and give me your feedback. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And please, please, please share it with your friends, right? Okay, so I'm going to, as usual, talk about the transits for this week, and then I'll do mini readings for all 12 signs. I'll put the timestamps below for each sign so you can fast forward to your sun, your moon, or your rising. Or if you want to listen to the whole thing, every sign will apply to some house in your chart, right? Because we all have all 12 signs in our chart. So OMG, was this a powerful weekend? Did you feel it? It was like so intensive. We had Venus going direct finally after 6 weeks of retrograde this past Saturday. That was super powerful. It's like the engine turning around, and well, now we can begin to move forward when it comes to our relationships, who we love, what we love, how we receive energies. No more reviewing, revisiting stuff from the past. I mean, really, that's always a part of life, right? But at least the energies are beginning to flow forward. Now, it'll be till March 1st till Venus gets completely out of her shadow, the period that she's already gone retrograde over. And when she's doing so, she'll be crossing over Pluto. So we still have a very intensive transit about a month away when Venus crosses over Pluto. Pluto is death and transformation, power and control. So we still have another month of this Venus retrograde shadow, but at least there's a shift in the energy now. Also, today we had the sun squaring Uranus. The sun's in Aquarius. It was at 10 degrees today. And then Uranus in Taurus was at 10 degrees. So here's this square between Uranus, the great awakener, the maverick that throws curveballs, sitting in Taurus, squaring off with the beautiful sun that's sitting in Aquarius. So I would just talk a little bit about the sun and Aquarius energy, because now the sun moves into the second decan this week. So Aquarius is the maverick. It's ruled by Uranus. So it is an air sign who likes to do things outside the box. Aquarian energy loves the unique, the different, eclectic, all humanity, right? So the double waving lines represents the vibe that we can all have with each other. So the sun in Aquarius really puts the focus on relationships, connections with others, groups of people, because the 11th house is what Aquarius usually rules in astrology. And that is the house of our networks, our groups, our circle of friends. So larger connections, not just our one-on-one connections. That's seventh house. So 11th house is our networks and our groups and our connections. And these are highlighted in a lot of ways this week, because we'll be having a new moon on here in Austin. Will be at 11:45 p.m. Monday night. So for some of you, it'll be Tuesday morning on the 1st. So it'll either be really late over on the Pacific coast. It'll be 11:45 p.m. January 31st, and then February 1st for, you know, those of you on the East Coast and into Europe and stuff. It'll be a new moon in Aquarius. So this is when the sun and the moon come together. That's a new moon. New moons are always great initiating periods, great to start new things, plant new seeds. It's great to go into new moon energy with the intention of what you want to manifest or move forward in your life over these next 28 days for the lunation cycle. This particular new moon is also notable because the sun and the moon will be conjuncting Saturn. Saturn's been in Aquarius for a while. It's been there over a year now. And Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So it's got a very Capricorn energy to it. It can be our parents. It can be the government. It can be where there's stop signs and boundaries and rules and restrictions. Saturn can move slowly. It can represent older energy. It's a teacher. It's where there needs to be a lot of application and energy put in to make something grow. So Saturn with the new moon can have this energy of something that's going to set the seeds to be extended for a long period of time, not just this next 28 days. Like something could be started and planted that's going to be cultivated over a long period of time, because Saturn moves slowly, right? So also this combo Sun, Moon, Saturn is squaring Uranus. It squared Uranus all last year. It's still squaring Uranus this year. So this great awakener, the maverick, the throw of curveballs, is squaring off with the restrictions, constrictions, our government, how we form things, right? So there's been this tug of war, this conflict of interest. And what's interesting is Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. It's over there in Taurus, where it's really not all that comfortable, because Taurus is slow moving. Taurus literally represents the earth itself. So over the last 3 years, as Uranus has been in Taurus, we've had a lot of earth changes, surprising Uranus weather events, right? Floods, fires, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. This theme will be continuing, but particularly yesterday or today, earlier today, with the sun squaring Uranus exactly, it stirs things up. But within 7 degrees is considered conjunct. Then within 3 degrees is where we really feel it. Anything within 3 degrees in a conjunction, a trine, an opposition, a square, where you can feel the energy of these two elements coming together, whatever they are. And a square is like two cards coming to an intersection at the same time, and there's no stop signs, like who goes first. It could be a power struggle, right? And so this new moon conjunct Saturn could mean the beginning of something new that's constricting, restricting Saturn, or maybe boundaries that you set for. Maybe you're going to start something where you are restricting your boundaries, or you're getting things more in order, perhaps. Be a great time. And again, with it in Aquarius, it could be, I'm going to start going to these groups now. I'm going to connect with this people. I'm going to reach out to these folks. I'm going to spend more time with these people. But on a personal level, with the sun in the second decan, it is about our relationships and connections with others. So setting boundaries when it comes to other people, right? Like, no, I'm not going to do that, or no, you can't do that, or, I'm not willing to do that. Like, that can be the theme here for the next week. Like, just say and practice this with me. I'm not willing to do that. That doesn't work for me. You could set boundaries with kindness and love and still say no and not have to explain yourself. Like Saturn is like, just like, no. So I feel like there's this lot of this no energy. What works for you? What feels right? What doesn't, right? So I'm always asking everyone to listen to your own intuition. I believe everyone is psychic. I keep harping on that. And I will continue that, because that is my main work as I see it, is to shine the light and help everyone get in touch with their intuitive voice. And hopefully you get your own intuitive voice validated when you watch these videos or when you get your private sessions with me. So there is this intention to tune into what feels right for you, right? And that shows up for differently for different folks. But I feel it like in my gut. If something feels right, I'll feel an openness around it. Oh, I feel drawn to that. If something's a yes, or that I'm feeling guided to it, sometimes I'll just start getting what I call hits. I'll just start getting the direction, and it's almost like a loving, repetitive voice that comes in. Whereas if it's coming from my mind or my brain, it's like, you need to do this, you should do, there's a harsher energy to it. The guidance energy is very loving, very kind. There's a flow to it. Wouldn't it be awesome if, like, there's something that opens you up with the idea towards it? Whereas if something's a no, you'll feel like a constriction in your gut. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Something feels off. You'll feel it, right? We can often override our intuition with our logical, rational mind. Something can make logical, rational sense. So you override your intuition that says, I don't know, I don't feel like I should go to that party. You override it, right? Because, I got to go celebrate with what I said I would do it. I need it. You can override an intuitive hit, for example. And you never know what happens at that party. You'll probably get a confirmation. I knew I shouldn't come here for whatever reason. You have an accident, and you get pulled over on the way to or from the party. You end up catching COVID as a result of going, whatever. When you override your intuition, you usually see it in hindsight where you overrode it, right? So it's better to just start paying attention and recognizing where you're feeling guided and listen to those subtle prompts and follow them, right? And then you're going to be on track for your life. Because I feel like the intuition is the voice of the higher self. And when you listen to and follow your intuition, you are in rhythm and you're on the right track for you. And we get off track when we logically, rationally programmed what we've been told, do what we're supposed to do, or do what we think we should do, and get pulled off track. So I'm all about, let's listen to intuition, let's tune in, follow that voice. And of course, you have to do something on a daily basis to quiet the mind, quiet the emotional body so that you can follow this. So with the new moon and the sun and Saturn all there in Aquarius, the energy this week is really about setting boundaries, like, and especially when it comes to your connections with other people. And sometimes that's saying yes to a group or a network or friendship or a meeting where there's going to be lots of people or a party, and sometimes it's saying no. But I really feel like gatherings with others is sort of the theme of the week. I feel like there's going to be lots of people with invitations to do social things this week and connect with others in groups and listen to your intuition. It may feel wonderful to do that, but if it doesn't, if there's something that's gnawing inside, pay attention to that and give yourself permission not to do something if it doesn't feel right intuitively. Okay. So Uranus, the great awakener in Taurus, shaking things up. Taurus also is our values, how we value ourselves. It's ruled by Venus. So anything that's going on with Uranus and Taurus right now is also activating Venus. Venus, wherever it is in your birth chart and wherever it is in the transiting energy. So right now, Venus is joining another stellium, which is 3 or more planets in Capricorn. There is a party hoedown in Capricorn right now. I'm really over this Capricorn energy. Like, I'm just so tired of it. Pluto has been there for a long time, right? And it has been honing, transforming. Pluto is like a wrecking ball, like throwing a hand grenade at something. It will absolutely transform what it's moving through. So wherever you have Capricorn, you've been feeling this energy of change in your life for a while. We had both Mercury and Venus cross over Pluto as they went retrograde. Mercury is still retrograde, but it is stationing to turn direct this week. Mercury goes direct by Friday. So then it starts to move forward. And at that point, we will have all planets direct. Again, it'll take till the first part of March for both Mercury and Venus to get out of their shadows. So, but you'll start feeling like you can move forward with things during the month of February. And by March and April are great months. Like, if you've been looking at where to pencil in and where to plan a trip, where to go, when to start a project, March and April are the best months for that because all planets will be direct. So we'll have a couple months of feeling like, okay, get some traction going. We can move forward, right? So it'll be a nice spring this year. I'm feeling it's like a lovely energy of all kinds of new beginnings, along with this spring equinox energy coming up. But right now we're still kind of going through the sludge period of Mercury retrograde. And again, before a planet turns around, we feel its energy most potently. With Mercury conjunct Pluto on Friday. And oh my God, did I have power struggle stuff come up in communication on Friday. Friday and Saturday is when I was feeling it. And again, you can feel these transits beforehand, you can feel it on the day they're exact, you can feel it afterwards. So for everybody, it can show up in different ways, but I definitely felt the Plutonian energy this week. It's like everywhere I turned around, power and control issues showing up, right? And so they've been showing up in our relationships because Venus went over it. Now they're showing up in our communications and our connections with other people with the Mercury going over it and going retrograde. We'll have the moon crossing over Pluto tonight. So that's shining the light on this Pluto energy. We have Mars that has moved now into Capricorn. So it's moving, it's in this stellium. Mars and Capricorn can actually get things done because it's hardworking. Mars is how we put energy into things, how we take action. And so it's okay, we're getting some traction here. So Mars, Venus, the moon, Mercury, Pluto, 5 planets. And that's not even, I won't even talk about the asteroids that are there because there's a few asteroids that are there as well. So this stellium in Capricorn is this get her done. It's also these power and control issues with government, with anybody in your life that has power and control over you. Capricorn is the 10th house in astrology. So this is the house of your mission in this world. It's also the father energy, the boss, the government, the ruler energy coming in. So all these planets in this Capricorn energy could just feel overwhelmingly like someone else is sitting there with a ruler ready to slap you on the knuckles, or maybe you're literally feeling that slap back from the universe. So this initiating new energy in Aquarius, though, with the new moon, I feel like is a lovely new beginning, powerful energy. But Uranus is like, Uranus throws curveballs, unexpected. It could be positive, unexpected things, or it could be disconcerting, unexpected things. The good news about Uranus, whatever it knocks down or takes away, it will replace it with something better. Like it's taking away things that do not serve you. So if Uranus removes something in your life, it will replace it with better things. So that's the good news on that front. So we have the moon in Capricorn moving over Pluto tonight. Tomorrow, the moon will move into Aquarius, right? And then it will be exact at 11:45 p.m. Austin, Texas time, Monday evening at 12 degrees of Aquarius. That's where the sun and the moon will be sitting together. And Saturn is sitting at 15 degrees. So it's 3 degrees off that. The nodes have moved into Taurus and into Scorpio. The south node's in Scorpio, the north node's in Taurus. They move backwards. So they're now at 28 degrees of Taurus and Capricorn. So I've talked already in past videos about what this means. For the next 18 months, we'll have new themes of what we're learning collectively. This is our collective, everybody on the planet is learning about the energies of Taurus, which also, again, ruled by Venus, is a lot of relationship things and what you value and our money and financial things, right? Do you value yourself? Are the people in your life valuing you, right? Are you being valued at your work? Also, Taurus is the artist, as I see it, artistic, creative energy. So you can feel inspired to do more creative things with this North Node moving through Taurus over the next year and a half. Also, this summer, and I'll talk about as it gets closer to it, we'll have Uranus, this great awakener, conjunct the North Node. And this is when it's going to be, wow, I don't even know how that's going to show up. Very intensive, very powerful. Now the South Node, the North Node's where we're learning, we're collectively focused, we're learning new lessons. It's kind of like we signed up for a class in school and this is what we're going to be learning. The South Node is what we're releasing, what we're letting go of, old karmic pattern, old karma that we're clearing. The South Node being in Scorpio, Scorpio is already the deep, dark waters. It's hidden secrets. It's the stuff that's settled into the bottom of us. So the South Node moving through Scorpio is a great, like, disheveling of the deeply lodged things within us. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So Pluto, again, death and transformation. So the South Node is moving. It's bringing up things that are in the way of life transformation, like whatever it is that you need to do your evolutionary work, which is what I believe we're here on this planet to do, right? To evolve and grow as a soul. We learn our soul lessons. We shift from a fundamental way inside out, clearing out old karmic patterns and embracing and setting new causes so that we can evolve from the karmic rut that we're in and draw in new beautiful things instead of the old karma that keeps hitting us in the face. So people that are conscious, which if you're watching this video, you fall into that category, evolving, looking to enhance and grow, you're in a good place. But it can be disconcerting to have this deep level stuff just get stirred up like all the time. Like, oh, if you look at whatever comes up, any negative obstacle or any conflict that comes up in your life as an opportunity to transform karma, it's the way you look at it, right? You can spin it however. You can like bitch and complain and get angry and pissed off that you're having to experience the same thing over and over and over again. If it's behavior from another person or what you're experiencing as a citizen in this country or whatever it is that you're tired of, anything you would say, I'm so tired of, like, I'm so sick of, I'm done with this stuff, that's karma. It's a karmic pattern. Our environment is always a reflection of ourselves. That's what I believe. So you can look deep within yourself to like, what within me is drawing this karma to me? Like if you're experiencing the same crappy energy coming from someone, what in my life is drawing this to me? Was I a shit in past lives to others? And this is why I'm getting this over and over and over again. Is there something within me that believes I deserve to be treated in a negative way? Whether that's conscious or unconscious or subconscious. Do you value yourself? I deserve to be treated better. I deserve to be treated with love and respect. I deserve to be listened to. Like, do you really believe that? If you do, then you won't be drawing disrespect into your life. If you're drawing someone who disrespects you, treats you badly, something within you is a karmic pull or, drawing that in, or it's old karmic baggage from past lives. You could look to this life like, I've never done anything to anyone. I've always been the nicest person. Like we can't fathom, we can't see our karmic patterns. You can do past life regressions with me and get some insight into what some of those karmic patterns are. You can have your own past life flashbacks and have that. And so that's one of the things that can be happening with the South Node traipsing through Scorpio is you can start having this karma revealed so that you can see it. It's better to see it and know what your karma is and know what you're working with and know what you need to clean up than to have no idea and just feel battered about by the universe and feel like you're a victim, right? So anytime you feel like you're in a victim situation, that's karma. And there you can transform your karma. That's the good news because Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, is about transformation, right? The metamorphosis, right? Turning something into something else, turning poison into medicine, turning an obstacle into a benefit. And fortunately or unfortunately, we're all going to get lots of practice of having our karmic stuff dredged up. Also, on a global scale, secrets are going to be revealed big time with this Pluto energy going on, with the South Node moving through Scorpio, but also with the Pluto in the last degrees of Capricorn. And we're heading into the Pluto return of the United States natal chart, which I've talked about that a lot. But this week on Wednesday, Pluto will move to 27 degrees. It will be exactly conjunct by the minute the United States Pluto on February 22nd. But already the whole month of February, it's going to be sitting at this 27 degree point. And actually, I think we've been feeling this energy since all of last year because it's been close again within 3 degrees of it anyway. But it's really as Pluto moves forward, we are feeling it. Anytime Pluto moves into new turf like this, this is the first time it's come all the way back around to where it was when the United States was formed. So it has a 200 and however many, over 250 years, whenever that was, 1776 to now. That's how long it took Pluto to go around the whole chart, right? So this is unprecedented times that none of us have lived through. And just because this is the United States Pluto return, Pluto is still in the later degrees of Capricorn all over the world. So Capricorn is government, Pluto is death and transformation. So transformations in governments all over the world will be happening. But specific to our country here in the United States, how did we start this country? It was the white men with the power that made the rules and made the decisions, and we're the rebels, right? Throwing the tea into the harbor, setting up our own rules or whatever. So, but this is an old paradigm. Pluto, again, transforms anything it gets close to. So it's transforming this old paradigm. So this old paradigm of power and control over people based on the white privileged people, that's a paradigm that is being destroyed right now. Ooh, and I get just goosebumps with that, which is always a confirmation energy. When I get like a shoot of goosebumps, it's like, woo, you just said truth. So wherever this power and control dynamic shows up in your life, beyond it showing up in our country, right? Custer's last stand, people with power and control trying to hold on with all their might to the way things have been. There's going to be no way to hold on to the way things have been. And there may be a great showing of this old paradigm as it's having its last days, last months, last years. Pluto will move finally into Aquarius by 2024. So we still have 2 years of this energy and dynamic. So this is not a quick transit, but this is exactness that we'll be experiencing in February. It'll be real interesting to see how that shows up. And again, with the South Node, just ruled by Pluto, moving through Scorpio, which is about revealing deep level secrets. Pluto is about secrets by itself too. So Scorpio and Pluto, the scorpionic Pluto energy, there's also a great time to get in touch with your intuition because Scorpio is one of the most psychic signs. So it's an opportunity for everyone to dive deeper and really be able to access and listen to your own intuitive voice. And if you have planets in Scorpio, you're really feeling it. If you have planets in Capricorn, you've been already, guarantee you've already been having your life be transformed for a while with Pluto traipsing through your sign for a while. So, and right now with this stellium in Capricorn, it just feels super intensive. It's kind of like everybody suited up for battle and it just feels like harsh and hard out there. You know, all this Capricorn energy, all this earth energy of stubborn and power and control and bleh. It's been super intensive. And then we have Uranus knocking people off their pedestals and Saturn moving into new frontier though. Saturn hitting Aquarius is like, let's all vibe together. Let's all work together, Saturn says. All right, so the moon moves into Aquarius Monday and Tuesday. Pluto moves to 27 degrees on Wednesday. The moon moves into Pisces on Wednesday as well. So another thing that's going on right now is Venus has been squaring Uranus as well. So the planet of love and relationships on our money, not squaring, trining. So that's a positive connection. So bringing out the best. So you can have sudden unexpected little windfalls, sudden unexpected breakthroughs in relationships and unexpected shifts with your money. And again, it could show up disconcerting at first. You could lose a job or have a job change or whatever. And you're like, oh no. And then it'd be replaced with an even better job. You could lose a relationship and then have that replaced with an even better one. That kind of a thing can be happening. So there's a beautiful energy of Venus trining Uranus that's going down right now. Jupiter is in Pisces now. We've had Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Neptune right now is at 21 degrees. It's been there. It's been in Pisces for a while, for years. And Jupiter is the beneficent. It is a good luck planet. It brings fortune, brings benefits, it expands things, it makes things bigger. So Jupiter moving into Pisces is this beautiful expansion of spiritual energy, psychic abilities, right? So we've got with the South Node, that's in heightening things. And then with Jupiter and Pisces, Jupiter and Neptune, both in Pisces, this is really heightening and bringing to a larger pulse this desire to meditate, to grab spiritual practices and do them, to tune into your intuition, do some psychic development work. So later, I think it's starting in April, Jupiter will be conjuncting Neptune. This is a once in a lifetime experience. We haven't experienced this before. We won't experience it again. This super powerful heightening of intuition and spiritual downloads. Super exciting. We're already starting to feel this as Jupiter's in Pisces. So this is a beautiful energy that's going on. Okay, what else have I written down? Jupiter will be sextiling Mars on Thursday. So this is a positive connection. Mars, the planet of taking action, in a positive relationship with Jupiter, the great beneficent. So there could be a positive movement forward in your life. The green light signals are go. Things are like, it just feels like you're getting the extra the extra clarity around how to take action and support in taking action. The sun is conjunct Saturn exactly starting on Thursday and Friday. So this is a coming together of this constricted, restricted boundary energy. The sun is illuminating. So it's like, where in your life do you need to set boundaries? Where in your life do you need to make changes and habits within yourself? And again, they're squaring Uranus. So there could be like these I could have had a V8 moments. And particularly with Jupiter sextiling Mars that day, Sun conjuncting Saturn, all that happening on around the same time, there could be super clear downloads about how to take action, what's the right step moving forward, how to set up the boundaries of your life, even boundaries with yourself, like what habits, behaviors. I'm going to start meditating every day. I'm going to start exercising every day. I'm going to eliminate this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to only do this. I'm going to not do that. Like you really, this energy is really all about this week, about putting the energy, putting in the hard work in the ways that you want to, and getting kisses from the universe in terms of being able to do that. So Mars is going to be catching up with Venus because it's still moving slow. It's direct now, but it's still kind of like in a sluggish mode after it's just been retrograde. It's kind of like when you spin and spin and spin around, and then you're like, wait, whoa. So Venus has just turned around, so she's still going, wait, I'm still dizzy. I don't know. And Mercury's going to do that spin around this week too by Friday. Mercury is direct. Hallelujah. But like I said, Mercury's last stand this week with communications, connections with others. Continue to be patient. Watch your words. This can be really transformative conversations happening because Mercury is conjunct Pluto. Mercury right now is at 25 degrees. It'll back down to 24 before it goes direct. And again, that's close to where Pluto is. And then it'll move back over Pluto again. So there's still lots of transformation around our communications, our connections, our conversations happening over the next couple of weeks. Very intensive. The moon will move into Aries on Friday. The sun is conjuncting Saturn. Also, the sun conjunct Saturn is like signaling a turning point because the sun and the Saturn only connect like once a year. And it's kind of like it starts a new lesson. Saturn can be like the teacher, the ruler, the governing body. Like, what are the new things we're going to be learning? And what are the new things we're going to be addressing and working hard in our lives over this next year? And because this is happening in Aquarius, could be very well highlighting your networks and your groups, your connections, wherever you go to commune with others, whether that's on the internet or in person. Or over telephone group calls or through your family networks, there's a turning point when it comes to these things, starting and a whole new cycle beginning. In terms of who, like you could have met someone new and now you're starting to connect and meet all of their friends, right? You could decide to join a 12-step group and now you have all this community in recovery. You could decide to join a new church, synagogue, or temple and now have a new spiritual community. These are the things that I really see could be happening for a lot of folks this week. If you've been feeling guided in that way, follow that guidance this week for sure. The moon crosses over Chiron on Saturday. The moon will be in Aries and it'll cross over Chiron, which is right now at 9 degrees, right? So it's at the very last number of the first decade, which is all about healing how we feel about ourselves. Moon is illuminating as it crosses over, it leads our intuition. So this is like the last piece of, what do I need to know? What do I need to shift or change when it comes to how I feel about myself, how I'm taking care of myself? Aries is also the physical body, it can literally be the head. And so this is an opportunity for healing something deep within yourself as the moon crosses over Chiron and getting insights and illumination around that on Saturday. So, this Aquarian energy, the new moon there, it's really about finding your tribe, networks, connections, groups. It's your tribe. Where's my people? I don't know if you read the little children's book, Are You My Mommy? It's kind of like the little bird falls off and goes up to every little thing. Are you my mommy? Are you my mommy? Are you my tribe? Are you my tribe? Is this my tribe? You know it when you're with your tribe. It resonates. You're with people who understand you, who see you, who get you. This is example of when you're in the right place. If you're feeling like not a part of, or people don't get you, or you're having conflict at every turn in the groups that you're in the wrong groups. Even that, if that's work groups, like some of you are going to be deciding to change up your jobs this week because you realize you are not you're not working with your tribe, and it doesn't work to just go to work to make money if you're not happy, if you're not vibing, if you're not feeling validated, affirmed, that kind of thing. And I have one note, Pluto equals drama. So because Pluto is such a big player this whole year, just expect drama. Just expect it. It's just going to be coming. Try not to let it knock you off, right? And if you get knocked off with curveballs coming from Uranus or Pluto destroying something in your life, make sure you dive into spiritual practices. Take a walk in the woods, slip into the tub and soak, or standing in the shower, or sit in front of a campfire, do breath work, do chanting, do meditation. Spiritual practices are paramount in navigating these choppy waters. They're paramount in being able to quiet the mind, quiet the emotional body, so that you can get the access to your own intuition and know what to do on a daily basis. This year is not about big long range plans, really, because if you plan something long range this year with Uranus and Pluto being primary players all year, you can expect those plans to change. They're just going to change. Oh, you wanted to do this? Remember the old Etch-a-Sketch? You draw something, if you shake it, then your whole picture just goes away. That could be happening this year. So don't be too attached to plans. You can plan, but plan with flexibility for your plans to be able to change, right? That's what I say about this. Is don't get drawn out with the drama. If something stirs you up mentally, emotionally, take it within, breathe, clear the energy out, and then ask, what can I do with this? What do I need to see about this? What lessons am I getting taught right now by the universe? What do I need to, what's my takeaway here? What's my part in it? What can I do to shift? You can't change anyone else around you. You can move away from situations around you and people that don't work for you, but make sure that that's your guidance, because sometimes sticking in a situation that does have conflict inherent in it is a way to transform and change karma. You know in your gut what's right, right? That's what I want to end on that. We all have that intuitive truth detector within, the part of ourselves that know when someone or something is speaking truth, resonating as a yes. We also have the BS detector, where we know that someone is lying, something does not feel right, something feels off, we feel it in our gut. Right now, this whole planet feels off to me. It feels like we're all out of friggin' rhythm. And anybody that's not conscious and tuned in is going to feel battered about by these crazy times that we're in, and is likely to be acting out, because it is a dynamic I've seen over and over and over again in my personal life and in 34 years of doing professional readings, that people who have not done their inner work take their unresolved baggage out on the people around them. They will project it onto people around them, call them out for the very things they're doing, blame, 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 blame. It's your fault, getting angry, getting pissed off, when it's something within themselves that they really need to address and change, right? So don't be that person. Be the person who can take within a conflict situation and say, okay, what's my piece in this? What do I need to know? What do I need to do? How do I need to be? What today do I feel guided to do? What this moment is my guidance, right? Because in the middle of a storm, we can find the eye of it, breathe deeply, tap in and say, okay, what's my next right step? What's the next action I feel guided to take that is the best thing for my life. And if we're doing those baby steps, breathing deeply along the way, we can really enjoy the transformation aspects of this year. But if you're just trying to get things done and want things to go according to plan and want everybody else to work well together, no, there's like a war energy that's really stirred up as I feel it. Like hornets' nests have been kicked all over the place, right? Anybody who's wanting power and control in their life and feeling like they're losing it with this plutonic energy at the end of Capricorn can really go off. So this is, people in relationships where you have someone that's kind of predisposed to be violent and abusive. Watch out around these people. The leaders around the world that are wired to be abusive and, do power over stuff, those things are really going to be coming to a head as I see them. This whole year is kind of fraught with that energy. It's like we're being separated, the wheat from the chaff, the conscious from the unconscious, right? The conscious are getting opportunity to quickly evolve and transform and work through our karma in faster ways than we ever could. Especially if we look at the crap as an opportunity instead of like something you're trying to avoid or run away from. And the people who are unconscious are like, for one thing, they're mass exodus. People are leaving this planet in droves, and people are running around like chickens with their heads cut off because they can't deal with what's going on internally. And then whatever happens externally just is like metal on metal and they just like whatever. So try to really do lots of self-care and lots of spiritual practices so that you feel charged up into the divine eternal energy and not the things of this world that could be easily shaken. All right. That's what I have for the transits this week. All right. Now I'll move into readings for all 12 signs. Take a sip on my tea here. This made me want to choke. All right. And we'll start with the Aries. So this is what the Aries need to learn, need to see, need to do, need to be this week. What do the Aries need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to be? I knew that. I just got the hit when I was shuffling. Better not be the healing card. So the healing card. This card has come up again and again and again and again. It's been filtrating all my private readings. I've been doing the daily readings and putting it on Facebook and not YouTube, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And I've been cutting on this card again, and I'm like drawing another card. I'm like, I'm tired of talking about the healing, but obviously we're all undergoing a great psychiatric healing, a great physical healing. We're still dealing with the COVID variants and all the stuff around that, allergies, flus, colds, cancers. There's a lot of people that are really struggling with their physical health. And Aries can be so hot-headed, right? And so a lot of the healing with the Aries has to do with calming that fiery temper, because that fired up, angry temper that we could get easily, I say we because I'm a triple Aries, can get easily triggered by, it just needs some soothing, like extra time spent meditating this week, Aries, extra time spent in the water, in the tub to cool your jets, to think clearly. Again, Mercury still retrograde this week, so it could really be triggering you, but you can have some healing conversations. Communications with others can be healing this week is what I'm getting with this right now. There's a psychological healing. There's something you can shift in how you're looking at your life, how you're looking at your partner, how you're looking at your job. Something about perception can be healed. Like to me, there's a dis-ease in your perception of what's going on. And if you change your perspective, you can have like a wonderful healing in the situation that I feel like you're up against. It's like, take me out. I don't want to deal with this again kind of energies. Like, no, how can you shift your perspective and embrace this as an opportunity to heal something deep? Again, like I was just talking about karma. This feels like an opportunity to heal a karmic pattern by doing something differently, having a connection with someone else and having a conversation where that goes differently, taking different action, doing things differently in some way. That's healing. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for the Aries. All righty, we're going for the Tauruses now. I've got the postponement card for the Tauruses. So this card can talk about timing, that it's not quite time yet. They have to wait, whatever you're wanting to get going, wait, hold off a little bit. You can make the plans, but it may not be it may not be time to take the action, or there's something about timing where it's not quite the right time. There's a postponement or something, plans or something has to be postponed. This card also comes up when it's someone who's dealing with depression. This person's all gray, right? There's color out here, but they're feeling gray. They're feeling depressed. They're feeling down. And so this feels like just the color going out of your life. And I'm really getting the need to write in a journal, type it out, longhand it out, tell somebody, write a song about it, do something creative, cook, dig in your garden. Like it feels like you need a lot of healing energy. And if this has been going on chronically for a while, Tauruses, you may need to put yourself in the hands of a healer. Go get a massage, go get Reiki, go to an acupuncturist, go to a chiropractor, go to a medical doctor, go to a psychiatrist, perhaps. Maybe you need some meds. Maybe you need to get some Chinese herbs that will help you with your emotional, mental stuff. So if this has been a long-term funk that you've been in, get some help, right? B vitamins and flaxseed oil, regular movement, these things can help on a fundamental way. But if this is tipping over and you're isolating by yourself and you've just been really depressed and can't feel motivated to do anything, get some help. Ask for help. Ask someone to help you get help if you feel like you can't do it yourself. Write the stuff out. I'm feeling that there's some Tauruses out there. They're really having a literal chemical imbalance in your brain right now, and you need some help balancing out brain chemistry is what I get. So for some of you, you're just things are put on hold, you're feeling fine. Okay, then I'm not talking to you. But if you're struggling with depression and it's been going on for a long time now, and I'm getting goosebumps with this, so somebody that's watching this get some help. You can start with an acupuncturist and some Chinese meds if you don't want to go on pharmaceuticals. Some of you may be already on pharmaceuticals and they're just not working anymore. You may need to have those shifted and switched, right? So you may need to go to your psychiatrist or your regular medical doctor and just say, I'm really struggling with whatever that is, depression, anxiety, ADD, whatever the brain chemistry imbalance. There are lots of healers out there that could help you. Again, trust your intuition about who to go to, what kind of action you need to take, right? Sometimes some of you, it's just a low grade. It's just been funky recently. It's not a big deal. It hadn't been going on for a long time, in which case a good massage can really help. Just feeling somebody nurturing you for an hour or two can really shift the energy, right? Someone giving you Reiki, right? Asking people to pray for you. I'm really struggling, please pray for me, could really be helpful. But you need to connect with someone, tell somebody is what I get. And if you got plans, it's okay that they're on hold. Whatever it is, whether you're dealing with chemical imbalance stuff or you're doing timing delays, This too will change. You won't always be in this situation. You need to hear that. Just because you're feeling funky now or things are on hold right now doesn't mean this will continue on forever, right? This is just where it is right now. You may be very empathic and just picking up all the trauma that's going down on the planet right now, all this tumultuous change that we're in, and picking up on everybody else's fears and worries and doubts. It may not all be just your stuff. So you need to wring yourself out physically somehow, right? Again, back to spiritual practices, going for a run, going for a walk, moving your body, getting in the water, all these things can really be helpful. You know what you feel guided to do. If you tune in and listen, you know what that next step is that you need to take. And just pray for help to take that next step. Okay. Let's go on to the Geminis. Trust card. All right. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust the people in your life? Do you trust your path? Do you trust your higher power to guide you? This could mean that there's people in your life that are not trustworthy when this card comes up. Like if you're feeling like something feels off with someone and it's not resonating, like, really? It could be your own intuition signaling you, this is don't trust this person. There also could be a prompting or a guiding towards something that you're like, really, I can trust this. I can trust this path. I can trust this person. I can trust myself and my take on this. But this is a leap of faith card too. This is about if you feel guided towards something and it keeps coming up as guidance, you can take a leap and take a flying jump and trust it, right? When it comes to vetting people in your life, run them through your gut. Don't run it through your brain and your mind. Geminis, y'all are all about running things through your mind, to the twins, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. This card is about dropping out of your brain and into your intuition and into your heart and into your higher self for this leap of faith and trust. And again, this could be an intensive week for y'all because Mercury's stationing to turn around and it's your ruling planet. So you could just feel like your life is being turned around in some form or fashion, or there's something new beginning. And then there's a question, can I trust that? Is this the right path? Is this the way I'm supposed to be going? Like get out of your head and drop into your gut for the answer to that, right? And move towards where the openness is, where you're feeling drawn, where you're feeling guided. This is a beautiful time for a launch. I'm feeling someone's launching something new. There's a new project, a new commitment, something new. You can trust a new person in your life. So I feel this is mostly positive, that the universe is bringing in the people, the places, the energy, the projects that you can trust. There is paths that are laying out in front of you. Just because you've not been able to trust partners in the past or not be able to pull things off that you've wanted to do in the past doesn't mean that's going to continue to be the story. This can be a change in your karma. This can be a new trajectory where you're successful at your own personal projects that you launch, that you're successful in a relationship where in the past you haven't been, right? So this is a change in karma. This is a shift. You can trust these new things that are coming into your life. That's what I get at a very bottom line. And if something feels off, it feels like you can't trust it, where is that coming from? Is it coming from the brain that's batting it back and forth? Well, maybe I don't. Or is it coming from a gut that's going, oh no, So that's the difference, right? You can feel drawn to do something. Your mind could be going, danger, Will Robinson, danger, because you're just like it's new territory. But if it feels right, if there's something within you that's opening and expanding and drawn to it, sometimes that's just fear doing its fear thing, right? Fear, false evidence appearing real. So just tune in, breathe deeply, get out of your, take your head off, both of them, and tune into your intuition. Trust your next right step and just do that every day. What today is my next right step, right? Okay. And we'll move to the Leos. Are you a courageous lion? Are you a sweet pussycat? Those are usually the two ways that Leos show up. They want to be lazy and just lay around and crawl up in your lap. Or they want to be the lead on the stage. Those are two primal energies of the Leo. We've got the silence card. This is a draw to spiritual practices, meditation in particular, prayers, paying attention to your dreams when you sleep. There's a strong emphasis on the moon here. So it feels like this is really, really set clear intentions for this new moon this week, Leos. But this is, to me, there's almost feels like there's something that's been haunting you, a thought or a person that's been coming to mind over and over again. I feel like there's a story, a path, a drama unfolding, and I feel like you're getting hits about it beforehand. Like there's a upcoming beautiful venture or upcoming journey. And it could be a spiritual journey. With the silence card, this can often just be the journey of diving into spiritual practices where you quiet the mind and you quiet the emotional body and you just let the divine lead you and realize that you're just this tiny little dot in this huge universe that's so much bigger and more vast than we could ever imagine or comprehend it. So this is about also just being at peace with where you are in your life right now, that you can only do one day at a time. And what is it today you feel guided to do? And whatever you can get accomplished in one day is enough. This is also like drawing your energy back from the past and I coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever. You can't change anything that's gone down. You can't change or really affect the future right now, except for being present in the now. How do you have the future turn up differently than the past has gone down? By changing your energy right here, right now. So this is about gathering your power all up in this moment. Like pull it back from the past, pull it back from the future, any worries, any fears, any doubts, bring it into where you can feel peace right now within. And from that place that you can create. But this is a receptive energy. The silence card is about receiving downloads, receiving direction from spirit, receiving direction from your spirit guides, receiving information from other people. Like really be open. I know y'all know it all, but this is about not knowing. This is about being open to what you can learn and how you can be guided and doing something new and doing something differently and getting quieter within. Being more still, being a human being, not a human doing, right? That's what I'm getting here with the energy of the Leo. And I skipped right over Cancers. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Cancer. So this was Leo's energy. I'm gonna go back now. I felt like that something was shifting. All right, now I'm gonna do Cancers. I'm gonna do these out of order today. So sorry, Cancers. Did not mean to skip you. Okay. Went right straight from Gemini to Leo. But now I'm doing Cancers. All right, so let's tune into what the Cancers need to know, need to see, need to do this week. Okay, we got the change card coming up from Cancer. So whatever's going down now, Cancer, trust that it's going to be changing. Like you're in the middle of a transformational process in a big way. This change card is like everything's swirling around. Like you're in the process of transforming your life, like change, transformation, same thing. In here in the center is this yin yang, the balancing out, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the, being able to take in both. Like the divine feminine is the loving, nurturing, receptive energy that wants to just hold and love and nurture. The divine masculine is to take action in the right way and to make a strong impact and have structure and be able to be motivated. So this is a combining of these energies that's real important, Cancers, this week. Like, is your life in balance? Are you being as receptive and nurturing and doing self-care at the same time as you're helping and taking action and doing things for others? Like, is there a balance going on? I feel like there really needs to be focus on the word balance this week for Cancers. I just see this beautiful unfold. It's like this big flower petal that's opening. So I just feel like you're in the middle of a blooming process. You're blooming, becoming new, beautiful, blooming self. And it feels like it can, just like when a rosebud is first starting to open, it can be real tender if you go and touch it. Handle it too much, the leaves will turn brown and it won't bloom and blossom. So it's kind of like, give yourself lots of space to do this beautiful blooming and beautiful growing. It feels like you're at a very vulnerable place. So there's a need for nurturing and self-care. And I've said that more than once, but I just keep hearing that, like nurturing self-care. Are you doing self-care? Are you nurturing yourself? Like the work is to nurture yourself right now. Like you may be doing other work in the world or have other tasks that you have to do, but I feel like the number one thing that you want to try to carve out time is how can I nurture myself today? What can I do for self-care today? Like you'd be planning out your food for the day, you're planning out your exercise routine, whatever you're on your to-do list, make sure that the top of that list is, how can I nurture myself today? And again, there's this balance between self-nurture and then taking action in ways that you feel guided today to do. And all you can do is what you can do today, right? So there's a beautiful energy of you're in the middle of a transformation process, and be gentle and kind with yourself, because I feel like there's this fragile new bloom here. Don't handle it. Don't mess it around too much. Don't go back and change something. I mean, it is the change card. So you may have to go back and change something, but be careful, be delicate, I guess. Treat yourself like a delicate flower that can be bruised easily. And if you've got someone in your life that's not treating you with honor and respect, remove yourself, if possible, from that person, that situation, or really up the self-care, the spiritual practices, the breath work, the prayer for others, so that you can feel insulated and protected, is what I get, Cancers. Alrighty. Now we'll skip and go back to the Virgos, since I did them out of order. Virgos need to know. Again, you're being strongly affected with this Mercury stationing to turn direct this week. So you can feel a bit of cray-cray going on with that energy going on. You too have the trust card. I pulled this for another sign already. This is taking a big leap of faith, taking a running jump and knowing that the universe is there going to catch you. It's also about checking in with your intuition when it comes to the people, the places, and the situations in your life. Is this a person you can trust? Is this a situation that you can trust? And if you get a no, listen to that. Remove yourself from that person. Remove yourself from the situation. But this is a flying leap of faith this person's doing. Is like, this is a go for it kind of energy. Like this is a big, if you've been questioning, should I do this? This would be a yes, go for it. This is the time, take a running jump. You can trust the person, the place. Again, just because your mind is going, la, doesn't mean it's a no, right? Your heart, your intuition could be wanting you to take this leap of faith, wanting you to take this step out of your comfort zone and do something new. See things from a higher perspective. Virgos, y'all have attention to detail, right? You can get, lost in the minutia of, microscopic details. This is about backing away, seeing a bigger picture. Like if you remove yourself, see from a bigger perspective. Like if you look at your life right now as on a timeline, instead of getting stuck into what's going down right now, like pull away. Imagine this in the middle of a longer timeline. Like, what is this space and time going to look like when you're looking back on it in the future, 10 years from now, right? That can be a way you can pull up and out to get a change in perspective on the now, instead of getting lost in the details. Like, what do I need to know right now? What do I need to do right now? What can I trust? Who can I trust? Can I trust this path? And this card says, yes, take a leap of faith, especially, and I'm getting this pink energy here, especially when you feel like there's love attached in someone. Someone there is saying, you can trust me, and there's love coming from them. There's a new situation. That's a place that even feels like it's got a beautiful, loving vibe. It's a yes. Again, if there's a harsh, dark energy attached, then that's a distrust energy, and don't go there, right? So make sure you're running it through your intuition, not just through the Virgo mind. And you can be guided and drawn to something that can be a huge transformational leap is what the words I'm hearing. You know, and I'm getting a strong attention to the feet here. So, you know, when you're taking a leap of faith, your feet aren't firmly planted. Like, you guys are earth signs. You like to have your feet on the ground and feel balanced and grounded. This may be feeling disconcerted because you may not be going through a grounded period, right? It's like, okay, just breathe. Imagine you're a bird and feeling lovely without your feet on the ground. Yeah, that's the image I'm getting. All right. All right, now we'll move, take a swig. Move to the Libras. All right, this is the third time this card has come up. It just came up twice. So this is the theme then for the week is trust. Who can you trust? What can you trust? Can you trust yourself? Can you trust your intuition? Trust your gut. Trust how the universe is pointing you, right? Is something opening up within when it comes to another person, another place, a situation? Do you feel this openness and does a desire to explore? Trust that. If you feel shut down or closed down, trust that is giving you a signal, right? This is about listening to intuition. It's also about taking a leap of faith, maybe leaving your comfort zone to open up to something new, take a flying leap, get rid of the fear, false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym I like to use for fear. Go to where the love is, where you feel drawn, where you feel validated and honored and seen. Move away from the areas where you don't feel that, you're not feeling that. This feels like joy, though. This feels like you could something be happening that feels so fun and so exciting. You could kind of leave your body. You can trust that good things can happen too. Like you're used to the old karmic pattern of the same o, and then you get something that feels like a gift from the universe or a surprise incoming, whether that's relationship or money or opportunities. It feels like there is a wonderful opportunity showing up, whether that's in a relationship or with a career path or with something else that's just showing up. An opportunity is opening up and you can trust it. You can go where you're feeling guided to go. It feels like there's like a curious child that's just like out explore, kind of like Alice in Wonderland, like wanting to explore. Don't go down the rabbit hole like Alice, but be open to explore and take the big leap of faith and see from a higher perspective what you feel guided to be doing this week. And you can trust yourself. You can ask your own guidance system what to do and trust the answers that you receive. You can trust that you will be guided. I feel like there's an issue of, am I going to be guided? Am I going to get clear guidance? And anytime you're at a place where you're needing direction or you're needing some help from the higher realms around you, ask for it. Ask and you shall receive. You don't know how to take action towards something? Ask your guides, ask your higher self, ask your higher power for help. Come help me, please. You can feel this lift up. Ask for prayer from your friends if you're needing support. Whatever you need, ask for it. Start with asking your own higher self, asking the universe around you. And sometimes you may literally need to ask someone for help. You can put that out there. The worst case scenario, someone says no, that they're not available. They don't want to help you. you could still trust that your needs will be met somehow, Libras, this week. All right. We'll go to Scorpios. Since Pluto is your ruling planet and Pluto is such an intensive player and Mercury and Venus are doing dances over Pluto, like you're probably feeling a lot of this intensely. And the South Node now moving into your sign, you may feel like the spotlight is on you and it's like time to do your work. Yeah. But I feel like this next 18 months are probably going to be the most transformational in your life so far. So transformation and change is not always pleasant as you're going through it. Transformation in a birth scenario is the most intensive time, but then the baby comes out and it's a beautiful new experience. So y'all probably going through it. And then this is the postponement card. This is the card that may mean you have to wait, hold up. It's not time to take action. You can be making plans, but the timing's not right. That's one thing that postponement card can mean. It can be literally talking about timing. But this card comes up the most when it talks about depression. This person is gray, loss of color. There's beautiful color and things to be seen there. You're just not being able to take it in. This could be a temporary funk for some of you. For some of you, you've been more deeply in a funk. This card came up for the Tauruses too. So I talked at length already about that. So you may want to go back and listen to what I said about this card when it comes to the Taurus energy, because it's the same kind of stuff. You may need to go put yourself in the hands of a healer. You may need to go to a doctor and get some meds. You may need to go to an acupuncturist, get some Chinese herbs. You may need some help with brain chemistry. Like if you've been struggling with depression or anxiety for a while, you need help. Don't try to keep doing it for yourself. And you guys are empathic sponges too. So you could be taking in just all this transformational trauma drama that's going down on the planet. Like you may just be feeling it in your body, all this deep level change, and then not knowing how to process it. So again, like eating healthy, drinking healthy, lots of water, getting regular exercise and getting enough sleep. Some of the basics can really help you feel better. B vitamins, flaxseed oil. These are things you could do for brain chemistry, energy. I'm really getting that physical movement is an important piece of it. But this too will pass, right? You won't always be in this place. But if you've been stuck in a depression for some time, ask for some help. Ask somebody to help you. Right? You may need to take yourself to ask for prayer from your friends, if nothing else. Like, ask for support from your higher guides. But you may literally need to put yourself in the hands of a healer or a medical doctor to get some help. And then trust your intuition in terms of who that is, where that is, how to go about that. If whatever obstacle, if there's a financial obstacle to that or like logistical obstacle, ask for help to move beyond the obstacles, right? Ask to be able to turn this poison to medicine, because you're experiencing this funk. It won't always be like this, but it does feel super duper intensive right now. And, I want you all to make it through this and feel like your life is expanding and you're a beautiful butterfly. But right now you're definitely in this cocoon energy as I see it. And so just trust that you are processing a new you is what it feels like. But you may need some literal help. So if you need it, get it. All righty. Let me not do any more signs out of order. My Sages. You may feel like there's been a little bit of lift off since the South Node has moved out of your sign and into Scorpio now. You're like, oh, okay, thankfully. You've undergone a lot of personal change over the last 18 months, last couple of years, I'm getting. And so it's like, whew, okay. Feels like you're getting a little bit of a break at the moment. these cards are showing up in triplicate today. So the postponement card is coming up for you as well. It just came up for the Tauruses. It also came up for the Scorpios. So there's a lot of people struggling right now, just not feeling themselves, not feeling like they have the energy to put into things. There's a postponement energy here. So it could be something's just literally on hold, that there's a timing delay. You're wanting someone to come in and you have to wait for it. You're wanting something to shift, but there's a little bit more time before that shifts. If you're stuck in deep level depression, and you have been for a while, or even low grade depression, ask for help. Start with asking help from your higher guides. Ask for the guidance about what to do about it. Then listen to and follow its direction, whether that's leading you to a healer of some sort, whether that's a medical doctor or a non-traditional healer. I feel like you need some help, and ask for friends' help. Ask for help from friends. Ask your people that are closest to you to pray for you if you feel like you're really struggling. Let people know if you're struggling and you're isolating. Let people know you're struggling and isolating so they can shoot some prayer at you. Prayer for others is so powerful. Another thing to do when you're struggling is find someone else to help. Get out of yourself. Help someone else in some way to get out of this stuck energy within you. Pick up a creative project and dive into it, right? And you could, like I said, go back and listen to what I said about the Tauruses, because I talked about this at length with that. And I then just touched on it again with the Scorpios. So a lot of people struggling is what this tells me. If this card's coming up 3 times in 3 different signs, there's a lot of people that are struggling. And I'm so sorry you're struggling if you are, right? This too shall pass. That's what I want you to know. It's not always going to feel like this. Whatever you're stuck in will shift eventually. It's very intensive times, and just trust that you're not the only one feeling this way, right? And it could be helpful to do meditation where you're sending yourself everything that you're needing, that you feel like you're missing, like breathing in all those things that you're needing. You need peace of mind, you need energy, you're needing love and support, you're needing affection, whatever it is you feel like you're missing, and then breathing that out to everyone else that's out there that's in your situation. So even realizing that you're not the only one could be a helpful shift I'm getting. All right, we're going to go with the Capricorns. Moment to moment. This is what this moment do I feel guided to do? What today do I feel guided to do? This is like not trying to figure out the big picture right now, but just taking the next right step. Could involve taking some movement or some exercise of some sort. This guy is in his martial arts attire here. He's balancing on one foot. So it could be yoga, it could be dance, it could just be walking, it could be doing Tai Chi, Qigong, any martial arts that you might be involved in. It feels like take action, move your body is what I'm getting in a strong way. I'm also getting these beautiful colors, and it feels like, dive into a creative project, like move yourself into some new dimension. There's also these blocks or buildings that are being built. It feels like you're taking steps to building something new. Maybe you're visualizing building a new house for yourself, or building a new project, or building a new relationship. It could be symbolic, it could be literal. And what is the next right step you can do towards that? If you're facing obstacles, what today can I do towards this? At least visualize yourself on the other side of this. Draw away and get a perspective of your life right now on a timeline. And what, if you're looking back on your life 10 years from now, what is this time going to be symbolizing? Like, what are you doing karmically right now in your life? Like, are you taking the right steps, the right actions? Are you listening to your intuition and following its direction? Is there some tweaks and shifts that you need to make to take better care of yourself? Then do that. Take the baby steps, right? Just take the next right step. That's all you have to do. Even slow movement, like the great tortoise pace of taking one baby step forward, is progress, right? just do what you can do. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just make sure today that you move your life forward in some small way. And that's enough right now. These times are intensive. All right, Aquarians. Happy birthday to the Aquarians. Healing card. It feels like I only have like about 6 cards on the deck today. The healing card is coming up. It came up for the Aries as well, so you can listen to what I said about the Aries with healing. But this is psychological healing, emotional healing, mental healing, physical healing. It feels like you have been through it, Aquarians. Like it's been rough. It's been a rough lifetime is what it feels like. And it just feels like you may have had to take yourself offline recently. You may literally be sick with COVID or the flu or a cold or allergies or cancer. I'm not sure. It feels like that it's just been hard. It also feels like psychologically and emotionally been super duper difficult. Like the hand healing, divine healing hand is over the head. So it's like, it feels like there needs to be a change in perspective, trusting that there's divine hands at play that can be helping you, that you can tap into, that you don't have to go it alone. It feels like there's a lot of isolation going on for the Aquarians right now. That you feel you may have been shifting your circle of friends, may have been letting go of people that don't serve you anymore, embracing new ones. You've got the new moon in your sign this week. So it can be symbolic. What kind of changes do you want to change within you? What are healing energies that you can bring into your life anew? Is that healing how you feed yourself through your diet? Is it healing your routine with exercise and work and sleep? And like, is there a balance there? Is it healing yourself in terms of being around people that you can receive loving energy from and feel compelled to love them back? Like I'm getting this need to reach out to the people that love you and that you love, and if you have to do that through a text or a phone call or an email, better. It feels like person to person. I feel like you're needing like a hug, needing physical contact. So there may be some Aquarians that are completely isolating. You're head to your birthday and you don't even feel like celebrating maybe. But whatever this is, it's intensive. It's intensive on the planet right now. I just keep saying that, but it is like so many people are really struggling. The cards today are so showing that there's a lot of us that are struggling, and it's just, what today can I do to make my life feel better? What today can I do to improve my health? What today can I do to receive divine love and healing? That's what you can do today, and just ask yourself that like every day. What do you feel guided to do? There's a beautiful opening here in the heart. So I just feel like something's happened with relationships, maybe where you've like closed down your heart, and the universe is asking you to take off that big heavy shield of protection and be open to actually having a healing relationship. What a concept. Yeah, and being loved on by the people in your life for your birthday as well. Open up. Let the people who really love you love you. That's what I'm getting for the Aquarians. And we'll go to the Pisces. Moment to moment card. Like, I think I've called every card 2 or 3 times today. This is the what today can I do? What today do I feel guided to do? What this moment do I feel guided to do? This is taking that next right step. It's a balancing act. Like, are you moving towards greater health for yourself? Are you feeling good and doing what you can do to help your physical body on a daily basis. I'm getting a strong draw to movement, exercise, balancing out your food, your sleep, your spiritual time, your rest. Like, are you taking in all the different pieces into your life that create a beautiful, balanced life? That's your food, it's your sleep, it's your movement in the world, it's who you connect with, and what kind of action and activity are you doing? Are you flowing? Is there movement and flow going? Are you stuck and just can't move forward in some way, either on an energetic level in your life, or physically you're feeling like, I feel like there's Pisces that are like depressed, can't move your body, you're just stuck, you're spinning in your head. There's other Pisces who just feel like you're running around doing too much. Pisces, right, are the two fish swimming two different ways. So I feel like there's two different varieties of Pisces that are dealing with the crises in this world right now in two different ways. And some of you are doing a little manic movement and too many busy to getting yourself too busy and not really slowing down and getting connected. And then some of you are not moving enough. So whichever end of the pendulum you're on, if you're not moving enough, get some gentle movement going. If you're moving too much, slow down, sit down, rest, and breathe. Whatever you're doing. And then ask, what today do I feel guided to do? And take that next right step. And that's all you have to do, is just for today, and know that whatever's going down in the world right now won't always be going down, but it is intensive right now. You are not alone. Ask your higher self, ask your guides, guide me really clearly. What's the action that's the best thing for me to take? What direction, what actions do I need to take? Listen to that very strong intuition of yours. Do not override it by your strong minds. Right? Make sure you're following guidance, doing what you feel guided to do. If you need to ask for help, ask for help, right? Because there's support for you is what I get. Plug into the support that's out there. That's what I get for the Pisces. All righty. That's what I get for all 12 signs. If you've watched this whole thing all the way through, thank you very much for your long attention. Y'all are the rock stars. Again, share this with a friend. Keep coming back. Let me know if I can help you with a private reading. Peace.